Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Design ADAC. I hope you've been enjoying all the amazing events that ADAC has lined up for us this spring, and I'm so excited to be here. My name is Catherine. I'm with Peacock Alley, and welcome to our Atlanta showroom. We are over at ADAC West, and have a full showroom. I'm surrounded by beautiful products, and I couldn't be happier to have you all with me today. So grab your lunch, grab a beverage, relax, sit back, and we're going to talk some beautiful products. We have three introductions that I want to share with you that we're very, very excited about. You're going to see some slides rolling through, and I want you all to know that the chat feature is enabled. So I'd love for you to join me. So it's not just me looking at me, but you guys ask questions as we go. I've got a fantastic team here. We'd love to know if it's about the product that we're talking about or something else that you might be wondering about bedding and bath. We are an open book, and I'm happy to answer questions. Today we are talking about cotton, something that we were very passionate about here at Peacock Alley, and it is featured in the January-February issue this year of Veranda. We were incredibly flattered. They did a beautiful piece on Wilson, Arkansas, which is where this incredible product grows. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this. In the design industry, I know that we are surrounded by beautiful textiles all day long. And we welcome you into our spaces to touch and feel. It's something that, well, it's the bread and butter of our business, like so many others in the design industry. So I'm going to talk about cotton today, and I'm going to specifically talk about the cotton that's grown in Wilson, Arkansas. It's an incredible small town, and I'm from New York, and this New York girl was completely mesmerized when I went to visit. We were literally standing in the middle of these cotton fields that you're looking at, waist deep in cotton that was primed to be harvested. And I actually got to pick this cotton right from the fields. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Again, I'm surrounded by beautiful textiles. They're all made from cotton. And as so many of you are familiar with in this luxury business, that what we see and touch and feel when you walk in our showrooms are the result of skilled artisans. And these artisans have great pride in the craft. But we are very aware of the fact that we are at risk for losing this craft if it's not passed down to other generations. So we asked ourselves at Peacock Alley, how could we possibly play a role in this, in changing this, and in doing what's found when we go to mills in Europe, like we so often rely on. They have such pride in their craft, and it's something that's passed down for generations. And how can we possibly play a role in making a difference in our own economy and truly changing the way that we look at that craft in the US? And so then we discovered Wilson, Arkansas. I wanted to pause for a moment. You're seeing some of the products that were made from this cotton. And I want to talk a little bit about the life cycle of cotton. Again, we often get to touch and feel the finished product in this industry, and I love knowing a little bit more about its origins, and I'm excited to share that with you. So the cotton starts with the seed, and it goes from the seed to the farmer. And I think this is really interesting, so I'm going to get closer to the camera. This is actually the raw cotton that I picked from the field, and if you look, the seed is in there still. There's actually bits of the cotton boll as well. So the story is that it goes from the seed to the farmer, from the farmer to the ginner. And the ginning process is when we separate the seed and all these bits that were really picked right from the field, and that's separated so you have that pure white cotton. It goes from the ginner to the broker, which means the market where the cotton will be sold. It's separated and it's graded. And that's where we hear terms like long staple cotton, Pima cotton, all the different kinds of cotton. It is then sold as a commodity. It goes to a spinner, and the spinner is what makes that specific yarn that we're talking about. And that is where the spinner will then go to the weaver, where they make the product. And that's, of course, where this beautiful artisan craft comes into play. It's where we get to touch it and feel it. And again, I find such joy in knowing the process of what the cotton goes through. It goes through a lot before it actually makes a fabric that we get to touch. So we talk a lot about the different qualities of cotton. the different grades of cotton. One thing that we have learned is that with the rise of global warming in the world, the farming territories have really changed, and the land along the Nile River in Egypt has suffered dramatically because of this global warming. And so we know that has really changed the availability of Egyptian cotton. And therefore, we've always looked for fine quality cotton in other places. The Mississippi River has a strong, thriving water flow, and the thousands and thousands of acres of Wilson cotton that you will see as we go through these slides, it grows along the Mississippi River with self-sustaining aquifers. And that's what actually waters all these fields of cotton. It's just self-sustaining. Makes it incredibly sustainable. The quality of the cotton, as we talked about that again, there's many different types. And in Wilson, they grow what's called upland cotton. We often hear Pima cottons and different cottons, Egyptian cotton. They grow upland cotton. The biggest difference is the length of the staple. And the longer the staple of cotton, the finer the quality of cotton. And that's the thing that we look for most in our cotton. So we worked hard with the farmers in Wilson, and they were able to grow and increase their yield to grow a longer and longer staple of cotton. But this is upland cotton these products are made from. So let's talk about sustainability. We can't do everything overnight, but we do want to take steps, and we feel it's a responsibility to take steps towards a more sustainable world. And how can Peacock Alley play a role in this? So again, we can't do everything overnight, but we do feel that anything we can do to decrease our carbon footprint in this world makes a difference. So this cotton never left US soil, and that makes a big difference in that footprint. It went from Arkansas to Georgia for the where I am today, for the towels, and it went from Arkansas to New Hampshire for the blankets that we're going to be talking about. Again, we really believe that all these little steps make a big difference towards an end goal of being more sustainable. And part of that, when we talk about this, we talked about, so how can we play a role in boosting our own economy? And you know, we're a small company. We've been around for almost 50 years, but we are still considered a small business. And we discovered Wilson, and we felt that if we invested in Wilson cotton, we would be investing in the US economy, but we'd also be investing in this community. And this community is like no other I've ever visited. It is truly a community of an agricultural economy, as well as a place where they're teaching the craft and teaching that craft to children as they grow. When they go to math class, they're brought cotton seeds. And for example, they might do their accounting of what's 2 + 2 with cotton seeds. They go out and they plant those seeds. They watch it grow. They go to the farmer's market. They go to the chicken coop to learn about why chickens lay different color eggs. It's just a really beautiful way of teaching that's teaching them a pride, again, in a skill, in agriculture, and in making beautiful products. The town was bought about 10 or 12 years ago by a remarkable visionary businessman who has a history in agriculture. He looked at this town that had this incredible rich history and raw beauty, thousands of acres of cotton growing, green pastures, and again, historic buildings. He pulled in the likes of incredible interior designers that you're familiar with, Ray Booth and Bobby McAlpin, to help build up this town. And they have been very painstaking and very pointed in bringing businesses slowly to this town. They built a cafe that's farm to table that serves the produce they grow in town. They have a bank that they reinvigorated from its historic days. Farmers market. They have beautiful White's Mercantile business there. And they just broke ground on something we're really excited about. It's called Hotel Lewis, and it's going to be their first boutique hotel. And I'm really excited to say that when you go sleep on it, and it opens in December, you will be sleeping on Peacock Alley. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the products because we're very excited about it. This is called the Grange Towel. We've got towel right here. It has a really simple, beautifully designed, this is what we call the Dobby, incredibly soft cotton, really nice gram weight, and finished with fine details. the towel is named the Grange towel, and that's named after the farmer's market in Wilson. Everything has a little story to it. And then we've got blankets. And all these blankets, they come in a blanket and a throw size, and they come in natural as well as white. And I see a question. What is a staple? That is a really interesting question. It is when the cotton, the quality of the cotton when it's graded, it's really important. They measure the fibers of the cotton. And my knowledge is that the longer and the staples of the cotton, it talks to the quality of that cotton. You know, we hear in the linen business a lot about thread count, and thread count is it's used to measure linens for sure, but we have learned along the way that it really originated as more of a marketing ploy. There are ways to increase thread counts to where you hear there's 1,000 thread count sheet. It's actually the fibers woven together within a square inch. So what they did back in the day, and it's still done sometimes, is they take a thread. So there's only so many threads you can get in a square inch, and they split them. And those fibers then become weaker, and they pill, and you get a threadbare sheet. All those things happen when you do that. So again, it's all about the quality of the cotton. Let's see, another question I see here. Thank you guys for asking. Will we be able to? Yes, we will be able to replay all these videos. It's going to, I'm going to me a link that they're going to send to us, and Peacock Alley will post it, and I will share it on many different platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so that you guys can see it. And I'm sure ADAC will also give that information as well. So these are the beautiful blankets that are all made from the Wilson cotton. We've got each one has a little bit of a different texture, and we've got the Delta, and it's a really beautiful kind of waffle weave. It's named after the Delta region, which is the Delta region of the Mississippi River. This is a beautiful herringbone pattern. I don't know if you guys can see it. I hope you can. Beautiful herringbone pattern, and this is named after the historic home that the owners of the town live in, that sits right on the fields of cotton. It's absolutely beautiful. This has a beautiful slight texture to it. This is called Loomis, and Loomis is named after the gin that's in Wilson. The cotton gets pulled in from the farm and goes right to the ginning, and it's separated by these enormous machines that do the most delicate work. And again, that's called Loomis. And then the last is a very flat weave that can be used for so many different things. It would be incredibly durable with animals, since you're looking at a little puppy on a bed. And this is called Steel. And this was named after the editor of Veranda, because of course they were the first to tell this story. And we felt like it was fitting to be named after a special person like Steel. So that is, let me just see. You know what? Can we monogram these blankets? Do you think we can monogram a woven blanket? I think it would depend.
The answer is always no unless you ask.
Yes, the answer is always no unless you ask. That's a really good question. I would think that the flatter weave would monogram really well. I think some of the looser weaves, it just may not look as fine, and we always want the thread to sit really on a nice flat surface. So this Steel would monogram really well, and potentially the Loomis as well. I think the Delta and the Wildwood, there might be too much texture going on, but I do love a blanket that has a little monogram in the corner. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about the Matlock Road collection. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time. You are looking at the Matlock Road collection. It is a new collection for us that has many pieces to it. I'm just going to talk through a couple of them. And within this collection, I'm going to go over some of the names of it. But if you do go to peacockalley.com and you look at just Matlock Road, you will find all the pieces here. It's really a collection of endless possibilities. It was designed to be mixed and matched together, as well as with pieces from our signature line that has been around for decades. And that's how we've shown it today. You're going to see it with a lot of pieces that we already have in the line. It's really a collection that is much more accessible. It introduces a lot of color that you don't normally see with Peacock Alley, and pattern. It was designed really after that European style of sleeping. And that means the fitted sheet with just the duvet. It's really was designed to be a very simple, minimalist, ease of use, ease of care. And not to worry, there's many pieces I'm going to go through, but I do see another one. Okay, hold on. Let's see. What's the name of the sheet on the bed you're sitting on? So this piece right here, this is called Fern, and I was just about to tell you all the different pieces. This is truly looks like the outline of a fern, but what I love about it from the distance, you just see a beautiful pattern. It can also be a floral in a not so flowery way. I love a classic blue and white bed. I think it's crisp. It goes really well with a bright white background. And there's a couple other pieces right here. I just want to go through this. I want to tell you first that the collection includes duvets and fitted sheets. It has blankets, quilts, and what we call sleeping shams. So this piece right here, it's really two things. It is a sham because it definitely adds a decorative detail to the bed, but it's also the pillowcase you sleep on. It has a really hidden closure right here. And again, really simple. It's unlike some of our other shams like behind me where you have a flange, a more decorative flange. This is really meant for someone who maybe just wants a little bit less fuss, just a simpler way of making a bed. Throw on your shams, fluff your duvet, and call it a day. And maybe throw on a quilt or a blanket at the end of the bed. So this is part of that collection. And this colorway that I have behind me is called denim. And you're looking at it with this cute puppy right now too. This is the quilt. It's called the 5 square and 4 square. And it's just a great, easy, comfortable piece that you could add to the end of the bed or layer in the cooler months. All of the products are made with wash percale, and it's 100% wash percale, which it means exactly what it sounds like. It's percale that's already been washed. So it's like when you have your favorite dress shirt, once you've washed it multiple times, it just has this ease and comfort to it. And all the products are made like that, and they just feel like sheets that you've had and loved for years. So again, we are looking at a bed that is layered with the fern in the denim and has bits of white. It's really our take on that blue and white bed. The fern duvet, the sleeping shams, and the 4 square quilts in denim. The colors they come in, I don't know if I already said this, there's 5 colors. You have denim, honey, berry, olive, and charcoal. And charcoal is really a light gray. So before I go on, how many colorways? There we go. Okay, good. In the sheet that I'm referring to, I hope that's what you meant, this fern, the fern pattern that I have sitting on. So last but not least, I have one more product that I want to show you guys we're really excited about. Who is ready for travel? Because we are all really ready to travel. And I think soon that's in our future. I know that we have High Point Market coming up for those in the industry, and we're all going to be traveling soon. And when we stop to think about when we are getting back to travel, we're really all spoiled, especially in our world, by beautiful linens in our home. We have cleanliness, we have ease of care. It's washed with our own detergent that we're familiar with. And when we go travel, we want those same qualities. We want the comfort and the cleanliness. We want the ease of care. And again, we want quality. We don't always get that when we go to some hotels. And I think right now we're all a little bit hesitant about sleeping in new places. So we have launched the 5-star travel sheet. It comes in this cute little pouch. And there's actually a little gift attached with it. This is a luggage tag for traveling. And when you open it up, you'll have a nice little care card. It's going to tell you how easy it is to care for this product. And then it serves as your luggage tag for travel. And in this little pouch, I'm going to have a guest join me. This is Frederick, who is our showroom manager here in Atlanta. And we are going to display, I'm going to turn my camera a little bit, how you use it and what it looks like when it's unfolded on a bed. So again, the 5-star travel sheet is our way of letting you be as comfortable on the road as you are at home. It is also treated with an antimicrobial finish. And I'm looking to make sure, an antimicrobial finish. And I think it makes a great gift. So the way you use it is exactly how Frederick just showed you. You just simply unroll it. There's a little pocket up here that we've already put the sleeping pillow in. You just slip it right in. And if you travel with your own pillow, it can be your own. And if you're in a hotel, it could be the hotel's pillow. And again, you just feel a little bit cleaner and safer. Tell me, Frederick, what is this made of? Because it feels so good.
It's made of our soprano sheeting. So it's a Portuguese sateen extra long staple cotton.
Exactly.
And this is a new color for us. It's pewter. And we made it in the contrasting color from most hotel sheets so you don't leave it behind when you leave.
And that happens a lot. When I started working with Peacock Alley, I would travel with my own pillowcase because my hair gets to be a mess on hotel linens, and I would always leave them behind. So this is our way of helping you remember to take it with you. Just pop it right in the pouch. And we have the perfect model. Oh,
Thanks.
You're going to make him blush. It is the same thing again as our soprano sheet, which is one of our best-selling products. And it's also I have a designer who asked for it, and she said, I want it for travel, but I also want to have a couple in the house, because she said when the kids come home from college and they bring all their friends, someone invariably wants to sleep on, you're seeing more pictures of it right now. Someone wants to invariably sleep on the couch, and I don't want people sleeping on my couch.
Well, and we were talking about it too for like kids going with summer camp or just even flying. It's a great little...
It's a lot easier to travel with than a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Right? And it feels really, really good.
Yeah, it feels great.
But we think this is also a great season to be giving this.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be giving it to teachers who really deserve to travel right now. You could be giving it as, someone said they were going to buy a couple as a wedding gift, because you hope that everyone's going to soon be traveling back like we were before. So I'm excited about this product. This product stemmed from our owner, who grew up on Peacock Alley. He had a really hard time sleeping at even some of the best hotels because he said, I'm spoiled by linens. Mm-hmm. And this was designed for him. And then everyone who knew he used it kept asking for it. So we decided to bring it to market. And it just happened that it was after this year that we've had. So, yeah. Okay. So I want to end up with something that, since we're talking about travel, that we have for sale in all of our showrooms. This is called Travel by Design by Oceline. Frederick was quick to bring it into the Atlanta stores, and it's in all of our stores. So we have locations in Dallas. Of course, that's where we're headquartered. We have locations in Nashville, Tennessee, and Austin, Texas as well. This book is incredible. It is filled with pictures of beautiful, beautiful faraway places, truly inspiration, but they were all taken by some of your favorite designers from all across the country. And here in Atlanta, we have had the great privilege of some of these designers come in and sign the book for you. So if you're interested in getting a copy, please don't hesitate. Give the Atlanta store a call. We'll help you find it wherever you are. But it's amazing because they've been signed by the likes of Beth Webb, Nikki Papadopoulos, Latham Gordon, we've got James Wheeler, and Anna Brand, to name a few. So again, if you're looking for an incredible gift, or just an inspiration before you travel, like where will we go next? Grab a copy of Travel by Design, grab your 5-star travel sheet and hit the road, and then make sure you tell us all about it when you come back. I think I have a couple minutes to spare if anyone had any other questions for us. Again, I talked about a number of different products that we're really excited to launch. Was there anything that you think I might have forgotten that's important to add?
Your travel buddy for when you're traveling.
Yes. Frederick and I volunteer our services. So if anyone needs their bags to be carried, we're happy to do that. Frederick also, come here. He was modeling one of our robes that's been monogrammed. And I know, again, we have some gifting season upon us. So if you have any questions or you're looking for something a little bit more special.
I did want to say one thing too. Someone asked about monogramming the Wilson products. The Wilson towel, the Grange towels, monogram beautifully. We actually did a monogram on the hand towels, which is pretty appropriate for our current situation.
Yes, the wash your hands towel. It also, I mean, there's different locations on the towel that you can monogram. It's just, you definitely want to pay attention to the texture you're using when you choose a monogram. But I agree, this is a great gift. It's also like I mean, no one can say no to it.
I'm a sucker for a monogram.
I'm a sucker for a monogram. I know this one has a really nice one, and this is the spa towel that Frederick is modeling for us today. We're so glad. Okay, I do have one. Which Wilson product is your favorite? Oh, well, mine is the Wildwood. I do love the towel, do not get me wrong, but I love this Wildwood throw. It has this really beautiful herringbone pattern. And again, I was hoping that you could see it well in the light. It's so soft, but I love the fact that it's named after the family's home. It's a historic property that goes back, I think it's over 100 years old, and it's absolutely, it's just elegant and soft, and I feel like would make a great layer. Like I would treat it as a coverlet on the bed or layer again under a coverlet in the cooler months. I love adding texture and interest to the bed. You can add it again with pattern, but if you're not a pattern person, definitely do it with texture. So this is again Wildwood, and we're so glad and so honored to be a part of Design ADAC. It's been an incredible lineup with amazing presenters, and we're really humbled to be included in that lineup. So we hope you all enjoy the rest of Design ADAC. There's been there's still a couple more presentations today, right? And let's see. Okay, and I was told that was it. We are so excited to be here with you. If you have any other questions that you think of after the fact, don't hesitate to send a DM to Peacock Alley on Instagram or Facebook, or of course, just pop right into the Atlanta showroom here at ADAC West. Thank you for having me.